Hi everyone and welcome to the eBaTT show. Today I've got Adam Sharp with me. He is you can actually introduce yourself.
Okay, so I am disabled and I've got a disability that sort of stops me from being able to use my left side of my body very well or the right side of my head. So I have to serve differently and adapt the way I play.
Nice. Okay, so let's start from the beginning, Adam. When you picked up the bat initially, when was this?
So I'm 16 at the moment and
Okay.
I started playing when I was 8, but that was when I went round to my friend's house. So it wasn't as often as I could have been. But then I started properly playing at a local club when I was 10.
Okay, so you picked up a bat recreationally with your friends, friends' home, enjoyed it, and at 10 you started to play a little bit of more competitive or more focused training?
More focused training.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so where was this first club?
So my first club, which I'm still at now, is at St Albans Girls' School.
Okay.
So it was once a week, but now...
Is that still once a week?
Yes, but now I also go to Luton Club.
Luton Table Tennis Club?
Yes, and
Fantastic.
That's open all the time, so I go there a lot.
Okay, so am I right in saying this is a Paralympic sport?
Yes, it is.
So it is a sport in the Paralympics, and is the Paralympics alongside the Olympics, or is it before or after?
I think it's after, but I'm not sure.
Okay, not sure. All right, fine. I'll find out and let you guys know. I believe it's after as well. So is that the ultimate aim?
My ultimate aim is to get to play in the Paralympics, yes.
Fantastic. And now in the Paralympics we have different categories. We've got from category 0, or is it starts from 1, all the way up to 11, correct?
Yes.
So can you explain the difference between category 1 and 11?
So category 1 to 5 is wheelchair players.
Wheelchair players,
and
yeah.
1 is most disabled, 5 least disabled.
So 5 is, sorry?
Least disabled.
Least disabled.
And 1 is most disabled.
Okay.
And then
understood.
6 to 10 is standing class.
Standing class.
And 6 most disabled, 10 least disabled, and then 11 is learning disability.
Learning disability. So physically you're actually fine, but mentally you might not be. So for example, maybe...
I think ADHD or something.
Okay, something like that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so how often are you training now, and where are you training to get to this ultimate goal?
So at the moment I'm training twice at Luton Club for 2 hours on a Monday and Wednesday, and then on a Friday as well at my St Albans Club, and then sometimes on weekends I go to para training on a Thursday or Friday as well.
Okay, so you're talking about 3 times?
It can be 3 or 4.
Okay, 3 or 4. Now, what category are you?
I'm class 7.
Class 7, and am I right in saying that Mr. Will?
Yes, I am.
The famous Will Bailey, world champion, dancing on ice? No, I'm kidding. He's obviously an Olympic champion, a world champion. You're in his category.
Yes, I am.
Okay, do you believe you can reach that level of
I think if I train as hard as I can, which, because I'm still 16, and I've got a lot of time to do that. So after I finish my A-levels, I want to be training a lot.
Full-time?
Basically full-time.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, does that mean you're going to have to be based in Sheffield, where the Paralympic Training Centre is based?
So I've got a plan to go to uni where there is table tennis at the university, or I would move up to Sheffield and train a lot.
Train there. Okay. Now let's move on to your game. So obviously there's physical disabilities there. How do you get around these disabilities, and do you find it upsets you mentally, or like how do you deal with it basically?
So when I play normal table tennis against non-disabled players, I tell them that I serve differently, and then they understand that.
So if I can pause you for a second, I've seen you serve, and you serve with one hand. Is that legal?
I think it is. Okay. Because as long as it's flat and in your palm and you throw it up 6 inches, I think that's all that matters.
But obviously for someone like myself, it is illegal serving with one hand.
Yes.
But you guys are being given certain leeways to enable you to serve in whatever you need to do.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So please continue with,
I serve one-handed, but also because it affects my leg, I don't often lean on that leg as much as other people could. So
Okay.
I try and play more defensive on my backhand unless it's close to my body.
Okay.
Because if it's wide,
Yes.
it's sort of weaker because I have to step.
Don't tell people your weakness.
Mm.
But, okay, so what are the things that you try and implement to so-called hide your weakness or cover the difficulties? What would you do or suggest for people who struggle or have a disability? What kind of things would you give them as little tips to help them?
So I use pimples.
Yes.
So obviously I defend a fair bit.
Yes.
So I think that's something that I could use, that people use a lot when they're disabled. I've seen a lot of players.
Yes.
That use
I think
pimples.
Will also plays.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
So that can help with blocking a few shots.
Okay.
And it allows you to move your player in a different way.
Yeah, I guess it can also slow down the
Yeah.
pace, which can give you a bit more time for better recovery.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So moving on to the last part, you obviously are playing a certain amount of time, you want to play in the Paralympics, and you're competing with players such as Will, who are really very high level of table tennis players, and they compete with able bodies. I think his level is in and around top 100 in England men.
Yes, it is.
So to reach that level, I know from knowing Will, he's very dedicated, hardworking, passionate, and these are the kind of things that you need to get there. So do you feel you have that kind of determination, that hunger?
I think at the moment, because I've got all my exams and I do several activities.
Yeah.
So if I focus more on table tennis and
Yes.
my strength, I think I'd be able to push.
Nice. So what you're kind of telling me is that at the moment you've got a variety of interests,
Yes.
and your priority is table tennis, but it's not fully prioritized.
Yes.
When you believe when you get to a certain point, maybe, was it 18, 17, 18?
In the next year.
Okay, so when you get to about 17, 18, you're going to uni, you feel, right, that's it, I'm going to put aside my kind of hobbies and things that I enjoy, and then I'm going to go head on
Yes.
and try and get towards my dream.
Yeah.
Nice. So, lastly, is there any tips that you can give people who may be in your position who want to play table tennis? Because I think certain people who have a disability, they're a bit frightened to go out there into the sporting world because it's effectively a physical thing, and then you're having to deal with the disability. So how would you encourage someone to say to themselves, okay, I'm willing to give it a go?
I think you need to just practice. When I started, I was really struggling with my balance. So when I started playing, I had to have my mum literally holding me, standing up.
Yes.
Because my balance was so poor.
Yes.
So I think just sticking with it, because I could have given up, but I wanted to continue and get to a higher level.
Nice. So what you're kind of saying is, first of all, get out there and try.
Yeah.
And it's going to be tough.
Yes, definitely.
You may need your mum to hold you. But ultimately, if you persist, you can get to someone like you who's actually competing nationally and very soon internationally. Yeah. So that's really inspiring. And thank you very much. And we hope that you guys enjoyed the show. And we will see you on the next eBaTT show. Thanks again for being here. Thank you, Adam.